નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. Adarsh Education Society welcomes you all here. Dear student friends, up till now we have seen that young one seagull was alone on the ledge. This is જેને આપણે ભેખડ કહીએ છીએ, cliff. Parents were flying to the opposite direction. Two brothers and a sister. Two brothers and a sister. They are flying, they are learning how to get fish from the water surface and everything. But this young seagull was not ready to come out from there. Up till now we have learned, we have completed this much. Now what happens, actually this picture is enough to convey the situation, what will be the situation there. Now what happens after this, that we will come to know now. He was used to close his another eyes and pretended we are showing something, we are doing something, that is pretend. ગુજરાતીમાં ઢોંગ કરીએ છીએ. To be feeling asleep, as if you are sleeping. Still they took no notice of them. Still they means two brothers, a sister and parents. They took no notice of him, whether he is sleeping, whether he is thirsty, whether he is hungry. No notice of him, nothing. And this is a painful, this was really a taunting condition for the young seagull. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau, dozing with their hands sunk into their necks. Their neck is sunk with their hands. When they are flying at the time, what would be their condition? Dozing, reaching, moving, approaching towards the next opposite plateau. His father was peering the feathers of his white back. His father, they were not paying any attention, no notice of him. His father was peering the feathers of his white back. On his white back, feathers were there. So many times you would have seen that bird are used to peer. They are cleaning their feathers, they are shaping their feathers, they are molding their feathers. Everything is known as peering. His father was peering the feathers of his white back, and only his mother was looking at him. Only his mother was looking at him. Others, no notice of him. No notice of him. Now she was standing on the little high hump on the plateau. She means mother. She was standing on the little high hump of the plateau, little bit rising part of the plateau. Her white breast thrust forward. Now and again she tore pity tore at a piece of fish. What she did? She tore a small piece of fish. She was having a fish, and from there she tore it. And that lay at her feet, and that small piece of fish she kept in a laying condition very near to her feet, mother's feet. And then scraped each side, started to eat. And scratched and scraped each side of her beak on the rock. And from the rock, she was scraping it. Now, the sight of the food, this is common for all. The sight of food maddened him. एक शब्द ध्यान रखो, maddened. The basic word is this, mad. That is an adjective. From adjective, you have made V, verb. The sight of food maddened, rectification માટે અગત્યનો શબ્દ છે, pay attention there. The sight of food, that is subject, maddened, that is verb, him means young one. એકદમ ભૂખ લાગી હોય અને આપણું મનપસંદ ભોજન આપણી સામે હોય, we would be mad. We would be mad to have it, to grab it. The sight of the food maddened him. How he loved to tear food that way. How he means young one. If it is under his reach, he also would have teared that food, small piece of fish, scraping his beak now and again to wet it, to get it, to eat it, to grab it. So that you have to make your beak sharp. How you will get? She will scrape it on the stone, on the plateau, on the ledge, again and again, to wet it, to get it, to chew it, to grab it. Now, he cried, young one, cried, begging, the word is used here, begging. ભીખ માગવાની વાત છે. He cried, begging her means to mother, to bring him some food because he was so thirsty, feeling heat since last. One day Noah was with him, so that with his sound, ga, 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 he cried, begging to her, to mother, for some food. Now she also made sound back to his ga, ga, ga sound. Go, cola. This is simply to identify the sound. So that she screamed back derisively, to teach him, to mad him, to tell him, so that someone will feel that you are stupid. Derisively. She screamed. She also made chirping sound. And these all are taunting condition. This all thing is taunting. And that taunting is for young one, for him. But he kept calling, he, young one, but he kept calling plaintively, as it is, without any change. And after a minute or so, or after 1.5 minutes, or after 2 minutes, after a minute or so, he uttered a joyful scream. He, young one of seagull, uttered a joyful, with happiness, scream, chirping sound here. His mother had picked up a piece of the fish and was flying across him with it. Why joyful scream? Because his mother was very near to him, and mother had picked up a small piece of fish, and it can be with his reach, under his reach, and mother was flying across to him, very near to him, here and there. Now he means young ones of seagull. He leaned out, tried to see what is outside the ledge. He leaned out. You see here, what's the condition? If you will concentrate here on the picture, you see here, mother seagull is there. This is the young one of seagull in the ledge. This is mother with the small piece of fish. Father, brothers and sister, they are also flying there, here and there. This picture, you see here, very at the edge, exact edge of the ledge, young one is there, and mother is very near, very near, very near, very near. Bhook lagi chhe, food is in front of you, but it is not under your reach. Pahunchni baar chhe. What to do? That is the lesson. That is the lesson what mother wants to teach. This is the lesson what mother wants to teach. Let's see ahead. What's there? Eagerly, he leaned out eagerly, with eagerness, with enthusiasm, tapping the rock with his feet. Tapping. You are not leaving the rock, but tapping. Simply you are taking up, taking down, taking up, taking down your leg, tapping the rock with his feet and trying to get nearer to her. To her means to his mother. As she flew across, as she is flying very near to him, but when she was just opposite to him, she halted. Just for a while, she stopped there only. Her wings were motionless, no chance for flipping. The piece of fish in her beak, almost within the reach of his beak. समझवा जेवुं सेंटेन्स छे. The piece of fish in her beak means in mother's beak. It was almost within the reach of his beak, in the beak of young one seagull. થોડો પ્રયત્ન કરે તો માની ચાંચમાં રહેલું small piece of fish જે છે, small piece of fish, he can grab it, he can get it. He waited a moment in surprise. He, young one, waited for a while in his surprise, wandering here and there. Why she did not come near, and then he was wondering why mother is not coming, why she did not come nearer. માં છે તો માએ નજીક આવીને ખવડાવવું તો જોઈએ ને. Why she is not coming? And then once again the same word is used there, maddened. Basic word is maddened by hunger, because since last 24 hours he has not received anything else. He dived at the fish. This is પાપી પેટ કા સવાલ યાર, कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. હવે જે કંઈ આવે છે અહીંથી, that is the motivational part of this lesson. He dived at the fish with a loud scream sound, chirping sound. He fell outwards towards the water surface. He went downwards. तो पानी में गया, मरी गया into the space that would be hollow space. Then a monstrous terror seized him. Monstrous terror. Why is it so? Because in front of you only two options are there. One is your life, another one is your death. So that monstrous terror seized him. What to do, what not to do? You will be in a dilemma in your crisis, and his heart stood still, just like a still photograph, without heartbeat. What to do? At the time he could hear nothing. એક્સિડન્ટ થયા પછી આપણે કોઈને સલાહ આપે, પણ એમ ન કરાય, આમ કરાય ને યાર. At that time that would be the crisis, and that would be the turning point. That can be the ultimate climax point of the situation. You can come down or you can move up. He could hear nothing, but it's only lasted a minute. This situation was only for a minute, and the next moment he felt his wings spread outwards. This was the time, and this, after tiring monstrous terror, his wings spread out. Bas. The wind rushed against his breast feathers, and then under his stomach and against his wings. Everywhere the wind rushed. તરતા નથી આવડતું ને પહેલી જ વખત આપણને પાણીમાં નાખે છે ત્યારે શું થાય? They will tell us to do this or that. We have to do it, and when we will start to do it, that would be the first day, that would be the last day for our swimming. Then afterwards we will never move anywhere else. We will be able to swim according to our will and wish. And the wind rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach and against his wings. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. That is important. He could feel the tips of his wings. એની વિંગ્સ જે છે એના છેડા જે છે, એની આઉટર બોર્ડર જે છે, એ ટિપ્સ ઓફ હિઝ વિંગ્સ કટિંગ થ્રુ ધ એર. એરને કાપીને બહાર આવે છે. મીન્સ ફ્લેપિંગ ઇઝ સ્ટાર્ટેડ નાઉ. He was not feeling headlong now. He was not feeling મરી ગયા. No, nothing is there. He was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. He was coming out, coming up. And then afterwards, he will come outwards, going down in the water surface. Then afterwards, once again, you can come up outwards. He was no longer afraid now. Earlier, so frightened, hey, samudrama no javai. He was no longer afraid with that. He just felt a bit dizzy, uncomfortable. કોઈ પણ વસ્તુ તમે પહેલા કરતા હો ત્યારે શું થાય? Uncomfortable. શું થાય? ચક્કર આવે, પડી જઈએ. કેમ? પહેલી વાર. He just felt a bit dizzy. Then he flapped his wings once again and soared. What he did? And soared upwards with a sound, ga 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 ga. His mother swooped past him, moved out, made overtake to him with her wings, making a loud noise, and that noise was the noise of success. He answered her mother with another scream, ga 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 ga. Then his father flew over him, screaming, flew over with him. એના ફાધર પણ એની ઉપર જ ઉડતા હતા. Father also made chirping sound, screaming. He saw his two brothers and his sister flying around him. They were also there, two brothers and a sister. All entire family. He saw his two brothers and his sister flying around him, curveting and banking and soaring and diving. The word is used here, curveting. Curveting means when you are leaping, jumping just like a horse. તમે ઘણીવાર જોજો કોઈ પણ પક્ષી જે છે એ ઉડવાની શરૂઆત કરે ને ત્યારે સૌથી પહેલાં એ તરત જ ઉડવાની શરૂઆત ન કરે, સૌથી પહેલાં ડાઈવ મારે. જમ્પિંગ, લીપિંગ, this is the fact. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly. Up till now he was having a fear that he is not able to fly, but that idea he forgot and commended himself to dive and soar and curve and striking shrilly with making sound of happiness and victory. He was near sea now, flying straight over it. It means the sea. Facing straight out over the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him. Up till now was not knowing how to fly, and now could understand it and could fly own self. Moving over it and turned his beak always sideways. He saw a vast green sea beneath him with little rides moving over it. It means green sea. And he turned his beak sideways and cawed amusedly with happiness. Cawed made sound, chirping sound, screaming sound. Then afterwards what happened? That we will come to know later. Thank you. Thanks a lot for joining us.